All right, man. So apparently there's some situation going on with paid in full. Somehow 50 Cent has, gathered the rights to pay in full, and we'll get to that. And Dame Dash, um, Dame Dash basically had a message, and I want to talk about this particular subject for one reason. It may not be the reason that you guys are pretty much guess, but let's get to it, right? See if we can pull up Dame Dash or Dame Dummy. I get it. You big and he puffy. Rockefeller was the was the man you. What do you say? Rockefeller was the man that you chose to name your company after. I ain't gonna say it right. Rockefeller chapter. I ain't gonna say that part, but whatever. But let's get to it. I butchered that. Let's get to what Dame Dash had to say while I'm knocking shit over. But it's been at the desk. It's been a little bit rough this morning, but here we go. I got my earpiece. Let's go.
Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it. Congratulations, my nigga. Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it. Congratulations, my nigga.
All right, man. So, basically he's saying that Cam made 50 his new boss, I guess, because he got 50 to do the pay in full thing. And Dame Dash just look at it as, and I'm not mad about it. Dame Dash looks at it as we all should be bosses. We all should have ownership, just like Master P. We all should own things, and but then again, when you see, when you see how he living and all the debt that he going through in bankruptcy, most people like, why don't you just get a job? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you just get a job, right? So that's kind of where people coming from with it, but I'm gonna talk about that extensively in a minute. He said, now I have the rights to pay it in full, and I'm developing into a premium TV show. If you like Godfather of Harlem, you're gonna love this. Cam said to executive produce alongside me. If you want to get at him, I'm out of the country. 50 Cent action 24/7. I don't have any hope for this. Yeah, I don't have any hope for this. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't like 50 Cent shows. They low budget, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. It's not for me. I don't like anything. At BMF, I watched it because it was Detroit, and I know I'm from the D, and I watched it, and I'm just like, it's trash. But I'm just not a fan. And I get it. You got to start somewhere. It's the same thing they say about Tyler Perry stuff and all that type of stuff. I just, I get it. 50 Cent is an amazing rapper and all that good stuff, but I'm just not a fan of his stuff, man. So I won't be watching. I think the movie is a classic. It should be left alone. It should be placed in history where it's placed at in history. And that's my opinion on it. But, everybody is not per se going to be a boss. That's the crazy thing. Like, he thinks everybody should have ownership. And a lot of those guys that believe that don't believe in working. They do not believe in working. They do not believe in working. That's just a fact. They do not believe in getting in there and working. These dudes be dead broke, and then they talking about, you got to be a boss, and you got to do this, and you got to be a boss, and you work somebody, you ain't a man. And at the end of the day, everybody don't want to be a boss. Everybody don't have the mindset to be a boss. If you claiming ownership, and in reality, he may not be broke. Let's call it what it is. In reality, he may not be broke. You know, he made him move this money around and split. In reality, what people see on the internet is that he broke. And you preaching, you know, being bosses and owning our own stuff and all that, but you broke. But you broke. So you think that's going to be, you know, that's going to be, you know, that's going to get people attracted to entrepreneurship, and they looking at you and you broke. Hey, if these brothers team up and do something, oh, he's your boss. And some people completely fine. Some people don't want to run the operation, but you can't be broke. And I'm not saying this situation is being broke, but I know of people, but you can't be broke. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you can't be broke, you know, and talking about, oh, being a boss and pushing entrepreneurship and pushing ownership, but you broke. That's like me advertising a shoe and people are buying the shoe and they falling apart. And I'm still saying, you know, oh, still come get the shoe, get the shoe, get the shoe. No, it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So he's advertising a lifestyle, you know, he's advertising a lifestyle. Oh, you know, we don't have to work. We don't have to do this, that. No, you got a job, you lame and all that. And that's the problem going on in society. That's the main primary issue we got going on in society. A lot of people don't want to get up and work. Everybody want to be a content creator. They don't understand how hard being a content creator is. You got to come up with ideas. You got to work. You got to edge. You know, you got to be consistent. You can't be lazy. It ended up being it's harder than the job. At least when you work a job, you know what you're going to get paid. When you content create, you don't know what. People might get jealous. People might start hating on you. You know, people could start hating on you and they can cancel you for no good reason. Or they can decide just to end your platform because they feel like ending your platform. And now what? Then what you gonna do? Most people ain't smart enough. Most people ain't smart enough to you know, start they get, you know, they get all this money, you know, they get all this money, they get all this money, you know, through the internet, and they don't think about, hey, let me start my own stuff. Let me get my website. Let me monetize on multiple platforms. Let me monetize on my own website or stuff for that. They don't do that. They making money on TikTok. They stay on TikTok until they get banned or something. They making money on Instagram. They don't think about Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Oh, let me get my own, you know, create my own website so I can start accumulating dollars for my own website. They don't think that way. But that's also a problem. Everybody want to be a boss, but they got to understand a boss is more work than being a worker. Now you see the worker being told when to punch in, when to clock in, when not to clock in. And y'all see that. I can come and go, but you don't know the stress of it. You don't know the stress of it. And that's crazy. So it's more extensive. But, you know, if Cam want to team up with 50, and Cam got a lot of things going on, or you work for this, it ain't no shame to work for somebody. Everybody don't have a boss's mindset. Everybody can't be a boss. Some people are designed to be a worker. But I get what he's saying. You know, entrepreneurship, ownership is the key to financial freedom and the key to freedom in general. I understand 100% what he's saying. I'm a full believer. But you can't work and still be an entrepreneur. You know, a lot of people do it. So, but I feel him on that. I get what he's saying and all that type of stuff. But, you know, in my opinion, you know, you can't be the spokesperson for this shit, right? And you going through a bankruptcy. Oh, you hired 50 to be your boss. And what if he got a whole bunch of other shit going down and he trusts 50 to do this? But hey, like I said, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.